handle artist relations for a bunch of musical instrument brands. I handle artist relations for Korg, Vox, I oversee some Black Star, I work with Aguilar, Spectre basses, we have Dark Glass, so a lot of different brands under our umbrella. Dan Edwards at Green Room, which is an incredible backline facility in Los Angeles that has a lot of cool vintage gear. He recommended chatting with you. I'd been up here like probably 12, 15 years ago. I haven't been in the shop in a long time, but follow you guys on Instagram. I was like, yeah, I'll give you guys a shout. And I've been looking for a guitar, and you guys made this amazing trade happen for me. So this is a 1972 Ramirez 1A. My family is from Brooklyn originally, and my uncle was given this guitar by my grandparents, probably 1972, 1973. This was brought back straight from Spain, and you can tell because there's no sticker inside that shows the US distributor. My uncle studied classical and flamenco guitar. He actually studied abroad in Spain in college when he was at NYU. Unfortunately, like myself, he had kind of stubby fingers and a big palm, and couldn't get around as much on it. So he leaned towards flamenco guitar more than he did classical. This lived primarily in a display box with a humidifier in for decades. And then when he passed away in 2014, he left my brother and I want to say about 14 guitars and a lute. I've kept a few of them. I've sold a few over the years, and I actually returned the lute to the original builder. It was the very first lute this guy had ever built. He's based out of England, and he was amazed that I tracked him down because this guy builds like violin parts now. But this guitar, kind of the cherry on top of the collection. Played, but not played much. Like there are some hours in it, but there are still tens of thousands of hours left in this thing. It's been living in the travel case that he had for it at my house for at least 5 or 6 years. Like I just don't play it. I have a collection of guitars that are more suited to my playing. I did track one song with it years ago. I did an Amazon exclusive Christmas song with my old band. I'll always have that, you know, I'll always have that recording, and I think it's time that my family has passed. So there's basically different chapters to the Ramirez story. And Jose Ramirez III, that's considered like the golden era of Ramirez guitars. And there were about 5 or 6 builders that were really known for their luthier skills. Now, the architect doesn't have to lay the brick. So you had Ramirez III at the top, and then you had his bricklayers below him, his actual luthiers. So there are guys like MT and MM, and I can't remember their full names, but that's what their stamp is. That's what Segovia used. That's what Christopher Parkening used, those 2 builders. Ramirez actually got kind of frustrated that people were just ignoring the other guitars and trying to just get those 2 builders' guitars, and he decided to take away the initial stamp and make it a number stamp. And so this is actually number 5, which is Contreras was the builder. He is considered, again, not MT or MM, but just below, like, again, top 3 to 5 builders at all of Ramirez in this golden era. If you look up any history on Ramirez, you will see his name repeatedly. This guitar has a 5 stamped on the upper inside body of it. And I had to do a lot of research on this, and I actually reached out to the people at the Guitar Salon International in Santa Monica, and they verified that it was number 5 is Contreras, and they actually hold the roster of what number means what. And so I was able to catalog that. The big thing about the Ramirez III era is he went to a 6/64 scale length, and then to it was basically between a 52 and a 54 nut width. This one measures in at like 53.3. This is the tried and true, like the definitive scale length nut width that you want. There was a distributor, Sherry Douglas, I believe, in Chicago, that was the exclusive Ramirez distributor in the United States. What Sherry would do is he would take his little sticker from his brand, or his shop, and he would stick it on the bottom right-hand corner, kind of down near where it says the 1A. Then he would take a different model, and he would put I think it's either a 2A or a Segovia model. He would do all these kind of funky things to the point where Ramirez stopped using him as a distributor because he was fed up with how he was changing the guitars and the labels and everything. But as there is no sticker in here, that tells you that this was brought back by hand from Spain. And I believe it was either my grandfather who brought it back or an associate of his. Associate can mean a lot of things in my family, by the way, Cusimano. So yeah, one family, one owner, and historically one of the most prolific and golden era of classical nylon string guitars ever built. Brazilian rosewood back and sides, Canadian cedar top, ebony fretboard, Fustero tuners. It's just, it really is it's a piece of art. It really is. I've played a million guitars like you in my life. And I've been very fortunate to play guitars that are considered some of the best, and I've played a lot of that are probably some of the worst. Recording with this, and I recorded with Jim Scott in Los Angeles. Jim Scott, Wildflowers, you know, Tom Petty, like that alone tells you he can track an acoustic guitar like nobody's business. And the way it's captured, you know exactly what it is when you hear it. If you have that kind of ear, if you know the subtle differences between like nylon string guitars, you know, if you have the proper fingernails and that kind of thing, and you're that kind of classical player, as a professional, you can be on any stage mic'd, or you can be in a smaller auditorium mic'd, as some smaller classical performances are done, and this is gonna project so perfectly and so balanced that every inch of that room is going to hear it. Every fiber of that microphone is going to pick it up. It really is a stunning projection, very clean, very crisp. Every single string and every single fret just sings. It really does. This has been in my family for decades, and the reason I hung on to this one the longest is because I didn't want to just sell it. I wanted to either sell it and buy something specific or trade it for something specific. I have a pretty decent guitar collection at home. One of the things I've been lacking that I've always wanted is an archtop acoustic, and I've been keeping my eye out for a mid to late 30s L5 for a long time, and you guys had one. You know, 1934 player grade guitar. Because as beautiful as this is, you know, this has been on display for decades. This has not been played a lot. But you had this beautiful player grade 1934 L5, and I came in and I tried it, and you were kind enough to do this wonderful swap for me. My part of this Ramirez guitar's story is over, and I hope that it goes to a player that has those classical nails, you know, that can pick it just right, you know. I've had people who properly play classical guitar play this in front of me, and it is mesmerizing. And it is something that I cannot do. I am a fingerstyle player, but I come more from like a Knopfler sort of style where I use my fingertips, not nails. And my goal for this guitar is that it ends up in the hands of someone who can really help it project and put in those, you know, next 10, 50,000 hours into it, and just the more it breathes, the more it's going to come to life. And that's the thing, this is basically still a new guitar. And we all know that guitars, you know, they need to be played to be broken in. And I think it's just going to sound better and better with age.